Coffee with Crime and Sugar by Shakespeare on AO3. Episode 14, Chapter 4. Despite his now relaxed shoulders, Murasake looked anything but restful as he stared Izuku in the eye and simply says, "Midori, I'm a writer." Izuku blinks, his brain a lagged loading screen. Huh? Murasake's a... Wait, no, this is probably a ruse to get him to think that it's safe. Right? What do you mean, writer? What do you write? A tinge of color finds its way into pale cheeks. Fiction, is what Mirasakai answers. He tried to shuffle a bit, but he doesn't go too far. Romance, mostly, he says with a cough. I've been trying other genres lately, though. Izuku raises a brow. What type of genres? Murasakai chews his lip. Mystery and intrigue. He mumbles. Mystery, as in murder, mystery. If that's the case, then fuck. Izuku feels himself start to sweat again. He gulps. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. He begins, getting the other's attention again. I'm gonna ask you questions, and you're gonna answer them honestly. He points the EDD at him for intimidation. Murasake looks at the device, then back to Izuku. Well, if we're gonna play this fucked up version of 20 questions, it's only fair we take turns. And I get to ask you stuff as well. He says, this isn't 20 questions, this is an interrogation. Izuku states, and besides, per my observations, you're not fond of asking things. He adds, there's, a small as it may be, a smirk on the other. Well, let's just say it's a special occasion. Izuku purses his lips, taking a moment before giving a simple nod. Fine, but I'm starting. What's your actual name? Shinsou Hitoshi. The other answers with ease. Would looking it up be enough for you to know I'm not an assassin? Izuku huffs through his nose. No, he begins, but that tingly sensation trickles in his brain once again. Why do you keep doing that? I'm trying to grab a hold so I can have you untie me, but it's like grasping air. Shinsou responds. Okay, what's your actual name? Wait, it's not your turn. It is. Now answer. Izuku pouts, glaring. He says nothing. Shinsou scoffs. That's not fair, I answered honestly. Well, it's a matter of safety for me. Izuku gives as his reason. From me? Shinsou implores. Is that your question? Violet eyes narrowed. No. He takes a moment to think. What work do you actually do to make you think that someone would hire a hitman on you? Izuku sucks in his lip. You've got to be kidding me, Midori. Shinsou sighs. Isn't there anything you can tell me? He tries to find a way to word it. Sort of like unofficial detective work. And that terrible little company? Shinsou asks. I thought maybe they were the ones who sent you. I've been sort of undercover there. It's quiet for a few seconds, and Izuku's about to berate himself for admitting that, but the other stops those thoughts. I guess you get a double turn now, Shinsou says. Oh, right, Izuku falters a bit. Who were you talking to before you came into my apartment? And I electrocuted you and tied you up. My editor, Shinsou answered. I sent in a manuscript for something I'm working on, and she suggested killing off a key character. I guess I could sort of imagine, now, hearing the conversation out of context, what it would be. He adds, with a light chuckle. Izuku hums. And your eye, that disagreement? He begins. What was that about? That smirk thins out, becoming a thin line. Shinsou doesn't look at him when answering. Just a sigh, a grimace. Just a stupid Quirkless asshole. Izuku hadn't thought about it before, but now that he's remembering what the other had mentioned earlier today about unsightly quirks and the way that things are unfair, he thinks he has somewhat of an idea. Does Shinsou consider his quirk unsightly? Does he have to dodge clipboards being thrown at him, ignore comments that hurt as much as knuckles to a cheekbone? Go up straight against the world for nothing but a kind heart and trust issues? Perhaps Shinsou is like Izuku. What is your quirk, by the way? Izuku asks, even though it's in bad taste to do so. I had a theory it might have something to do with either your eyes or your voice. You say that like you think about my voice and eyes a lot. Teases Shinsou. Izuku feels his face heat up. He hasn't thought about it nearly as much as he thought about getting chopped up. Answer already. The quirk that our landlord has on file for me is... That's not what I asked. Izuku cuts in. Don't try to be sneaky, he says with narrowed eyes. Seems Shinsou is actually way more like Izuku than he thought. The taller man sighs, looking a tad bit uncomfortable. It's brainwashing. Isn't that interesting? Izuku had a hunch that it was some mental quirk. Tell me how it works. He requests. There's a bit of hesitance at first. I can control people when they respond to a question I asked. Well, most people. You seem to be an outlier for some reason. Shinsou explains. A quirk that grasps someone's mind. So that's what Shinsou was repeatedly trying to do earlier. Perhaps it's because of a lack of quirk factor that it didn't work for Izuku. If that's the case, then would it apply to other quirks trying to affect him as well? A throat is being cleared, and when Izuku returns his focus, he realizes that his mumbling had begun. Another thought occurs before Shinsou can say anything, though. You don't ask questions because people don't like when you do. They must think you take a hold of them. Shinsou has a pensive look on his face. He looks down on his lap, not meeting Izuku's eye. Izuku is, unfortunately, a friend of that look. He'd been a resident of Lonely Town, occupant 1, for long enough not to be familiar with it. That is not fair, Izuku says then, and it causes Shinsou to look up, slightly surprised. You didn't deserve any of it. You can ask questions if you want. Nobody should make you feel like you can't. A quirk is just a tool, right? Shinsou adds. You either have one. His eyes are soft as he speaks. Or you don't. But it doesn't make us who we are. Someone special told me that not too long ago. He says with a smile, too sweet for someone who just got electrocuted. Izuku lets out a sigh. At the same time, he giggles. It makes for an odd sound as his shoulders sag. Right, he says in his response. Right, oh my god, I feel like the world's biggest idiot. He turns around to get a pair of scissors from the kitchen, setting the EDD onto the counter while he is there. He can hear Shinsou laugh, and although it sounds so nice to his ears, it adds salt to the gaping wound in his dignity. There's a grudge slurry of I'm sorries as he comes back to cut the zip tie binding Shinsou's hands. Even more so when he having to invade his personal space to do so. Though, Izuku can't say he hates being close to him. He scoots back a bit so the other can stretch and rub at his sore wrists, watching those delft fingers massage the outprints. Maybe Izuku could make it up to him by letting him tie him up instead? You certainly know how to leave a lasting impression. The tired eye man jokes as they sit on the floor. Izuku pouts. So do you. He pauses for a moment before inquiring. By the way, when I first saw you, that time I borrowed sugar and I was in your apartment, I meant I saw something that looked like, um, well. Shinsou tilts its head to the side, waiting for Izuku to spill it out. And spill it, Izuku does. Why do you own a firearm? Well, if he's not actually a killer, no reason to ask things gently in fear of his life being ended. Why do you own a taser? Shinsou asked instead, that smirk pulling lightly at the corner of his mouth. Touche. Izuku mumbles. Gotta keep my precious rough drafts safe, after all. The other jokes. Izuku huffs a laugh of his own this time. You should invest in a stronger password then. What's that supposed to mean? Shinsou asked with a raised brow. Nothing? Izuku lies. He rubs at his forearm as he fidgets then. Look, shit. I don't think there's a proper protocol for apologizing to someone you electrocuted because he thought they were trying to kidnap you. If there is, Izuku would be damned. Well, like I said, it's certainly a lasting impression. The other man jokes. Actually, Midori, I have another question, if we're still playing this game. He adds, Izuku. He finds himself correcting. Midoriya Izuku. That's my name. Not the one on my papers here, though, so don't call me that around anyone. Just in private. He requests. So, you're saying it's only for me to call you that, Izuku? Shinsou asked in that low, teasing voice, and, oh dear God, not fair, not fair, not fair. He fakes a cough. Is that your question? No. Shinsou says, sitting up a bit straighter. Will you go on a date with me? Izuku promptly blue screens. Huh? He's gaping, unsure if he even heard that correctly. I zapped you, tied you up, and interrogated you. Izuku was honestly expecting a restraining order, not a request for a date. Well, yeah, the kinky role-playing usually doesn't come until after a few dates, but I don't mind if we do this a little out of order. Shinsou, wait, if he referred to Izuku by his given name, does he expect the same? Jokes. It is a joke, right? I'm waiting for an answer. He goats. Izuku feels flushed, like he had just taken a boiling shower. You really want to take me on a date? He asks shyly. Shinsou nods. And you're not mad about... He gestures vaguely at nothing and everything. You know? Past it past. He merely answers, a smirk more of a soft smile. Izuku chews on the inside of his mouth. He was in too much of a panic earlier to be upset that his neighbor had flirted with him in order to get closer. But now that things are clear, it's more than apparent that that wasn't the case. That Izuku was actually wanted back. He pursed his lips for a moment before looking at the other. You won't stuff me into an air vent, right? Shinsou laughs, and it's a beautiful sound. Only if you ask. He teased. I definitely won't. He assures tiredly. Well then, my answer, please. Shinsou requests. Izuku feels so flush, much like yesterday when the two of them nearly kissed. And the thought of actually getting to do that has him nodding his head. That look that he received is sweet like sugar. Well, this certainly turned out fine. No! 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 It's gone! It's done! No! 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 Ah! I don't want it to be over. Can we just no, please. I really like this one. No! This is so homophobic. This is homophobic. This is homophobia. Homophobia at its finest. Homophobia at its absolute damn finest. Why? 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 Okay. Okay. Why? I'm never gonna stop saying that. Why? Why would they? Why? 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 Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I wasn't prepared for this. I think I might just do another gen fic. I haven't. Oh, okay. What is Atoms of Choice? Is this a Sero fic? I don't think it is. It's a BKDK fic. I might do that one. Mermaid Bakugo Katsuki. I'm doing that one. I'm doing that one. I'm doing that one. That one's happening. I don't give a that one's happening. It's happening. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. It's happening. Okay. Atom of Choice. Hold up. It is BKDK, Atom of Choice, by literally Mad Lad. Summary. After being found by a Sailman fishery, Katsuki is placed in a government facility for research. Much is unknown about mermaids. But with Deku's help, Katsuki is able to communicate and also escape. Tags are Mermaid Bakugo Katsuki, Supernatural Elements, Science Fiction, inspired by The Shape of Water 2017, Scientist Midoriya Izuku, Cactive, Murder, Blood and Gore, Human/Monster Romance, Lovecraftian Monsters, Sea Monsters, Cannibalism. Midoriya does not get eaten, I promise. Mute Bakugo Katsuki. Give me a second. Why was that one of the things? I'm just now reading the goddamn tags. Why is top Midoriya and bottom Bakugo a thing? This is not rated explicit. This is rated mature. And I read the thing. I'm like, mature? Okay, it's probably mature because, I don't know, Bakugo is literally held captive. And the fact that, you know, this could very much be Stockholm Syndrome. Why do people just not tag that? Why do people not tag the fact? Just tag if it's there or not. Now I'm concerned. Is it there or not? Is it there or not? And if so, hold up. I think this was going to be one of the fan fictions I was going to... Was it? For fan club? No, it wasn't. Another one. I hate it when it's untagged. Okay, well, it's not untagged. Technically speaking, it's tagged. It's there. The signs are there. But, but Mermaid Bakugo. Okay. I'll do it. I'll just skip whenever that scene happens. And I'm pretty sure there are adults in this fic, so I won't feel iffy about it. Okay. I'll just skip whenever that happens. Still makes me feel iffy, but still, whatever. Anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.